Liam, when we first met a couple months ago when the fight was first announced, you seemed a bit underwhelmed by it all. We've seen you training today and you seem to have got the bit between the teeth once again. You're quite an angry man.
No, I'm just focused now, Steve. I'm on, and like I told you before, believe me, I'm coming for Liam Williams. But when the fight was announced, I was up for the fight with Liam Williams. It was just, you know, it was how many, 12, 13 weeks out. You know, I weren't going to be rallied then, and I was a little bit, not shocked, but I was a bit surprised at some of the reactions. So that's why I was like, you know, we'll see. And that's what I meant by it. You know, I've had loads of people, slagging me saying I'm overconfident and overlooking Liam Williams. You know, you're joking, aren't you?
What words have rolled you? Is it people saying it's a 50-50 fight?
And that's what'll be my sweet stuff to say. You know, once the fight's over, you know, you don't have said it was 50-50. You're the one who looks the silly one now, and I'm confident on my behalf that this is not a 50-50 fight. And again, I'm doing everything I've always done. I haven't changed a thing. They've changed. They're changing everything they're doing. You know, everything's new to them what they're doing, and you know, don't be surprised they leave it in the gym.
Why do you think they could leave it in the gym?
I just think Liam Williams, I think they're panicking that much. They know they're in a fight. You know, I know what I've got. I know what I'm up against, regardless. They know they're in a fight. So I think they're doing a lot of things, trying to cover everything. You know, seeing 6 weeks, 7 weeks out from the fight, Liam Williams doing 18 rounds over 2 days, and Gary Lockett saying he could fight next week. He's close to the weight and all that. You know, that's all well and good if that's your usual stuff, but that's not your usual stuff. You know, that's not what you're usually like, and you know, why would you want to be like that 6 weeks out, 7 weeks out from the fight? And I just think, you know, you sparred 18 rounds over 2 days with David Brophy, and then was going to Vegas for tough sparring. You know, why are you sparring 18 rounds over 2 days if you're going away the following Friday for what's supposedly being tough sparring? So, you know, again, leave them to it. You know, I'm just saying, don't be surprised if they leave it in the gym.
I know you like a bet occasionally. If you was a neutral, how would you be marking up this fight then?
He's unbeaten. He's getting high plaudits. Frank's raving about him a little bit. So the bookies have probably looked into that, and rightly so. Probably got me a slight favourite, which is fair dues if you look into me. I'm coming in off the back of a loss. I've had no fight in between, so you know, rightly so. I'm probably just a slight favourite, but believe me, after the fight, you'll know what I mean by I should have been more odds favourite, because believe me, I'm going to beat Liam Williams.
When you hear people bigging him up, like you said, Frank is bigging him up, does that motivate you at all to prove people wrong at all?
No, people think, like, Liam Williams, that gets to me when I hear people say, oh, he's going to beat me. It's better for me. Again, it was I don't want to mention other fights, but Callum Rocky Fielding, people saying it's a good fight, 50-50 fight, and I remember talking to a certain person, he said, that's better for you. The more people who say this is a close fight, the more you go out and beat Liam Williams easy, it's better on your behalf. You know, people saying 50-50 and you go and stop Liam Williams, like, I didn't expect I stopped Liam Williams. So the more and more people say that, the better it is for me, but they seem to think that rallying, you know, getting under my skin, and believe me, it's not.
Do you think it's beneficial him going to America sort of quite late in camp?
Well, no, because I've seen something he put. He was up at 4:40 in the morning. You know, why? I know he's got time to get over that now. He's going to be home now and there's 3 weeks to go, but you know what? He'll have lost out more than he'll have benefited if that was the case. If he never got used to the sleeping over there, I don't think he's had the best sparring over there, otherwise he would have been banging pictures up. You know, the best picture he put up was Ugas, the Cuban, very good amateur, not a bad pro, but small, you know, 147 fighter. So again, that's them. If they think that'll work in their favour, then good luck to them.
I mean, he's not saying a lot in the build up to this fight. Do you think he might be a bit scared of you?
I'm not one to say that. A lot of people will tell you different. I know people close to me have said different things. I know over the past, I don't care how much respect you've got for someone, I've given him digs that he could have bit on and he hasn't. And in that sense, I do think he's wary, yeah. If you put me and Liam Williams in a room over there, yeah, I do think he's wary. And that's being totally honest. I'm not being big-headed, I'm not being smug about it. That's just being, you know a man when you speak to them. And if you put me and Liam Williams in a room on our own, I think he is a little bit wary and, you know, a bit too much respect. But with Gary Lockett behind him, like I said, I think he needs Gary to being his ear, the little mouse on his shoulder.
He's done everything asked of him, but you've been on the experience of Dallas, things like that. Do you think there is that man versus boy here, possibly?
Maybe so, yeah. He's 24 years of age. He's still relatively inexperienced. I think people forget. Everything he's doing now, I was doing 2 years ago, Steve. And I don't mean to say that makes me a better fighter, but I just think people forget I was British and Commonwealth champion. You know what I mean? And I think, all the experience he's got now, I had 2.5 years ago, and what I've got from them the next 2 years has been, valuable for me, and it will play a big part.
Do you think he's got a short fuse in him at all? Because the Gary Corcoran build-up showed that quite a lot.
Yeah, but I think, again, that's Gary Corcoran, and I think he was always confident and he was the favourite going into that fight. So now where I'm the favourite in that, whether he loses it, again, I was going to say any of that, that shite at the press conference, them slapping each other and knocking each other's caps off. I just thought none of that's happening to me, because, I won't take it outside. I'm not fucking divvy who's going to sit and wait and let you do that, Steve, you know what I mean? So I think he knows that. And I think he knows that whatever he does is not going to get me rattled, and anything he says, is a breath of fresh air to me. If I'm the type of person that, whatever way you want to go about it, Steve will go about it, so I think he knows that. And
you're not Gary Corcoran either, right?
No, I'm not. But if Gary Corcoran can get under the skin, that's what I mean. If I wanted to get under the skin, because I think that's how to beat him, then I'd do it. But I don't think that's what I need to do to beat Liam Williams.
Will you not be tempted fight week when you come face to face for the cameras of saying
no,
something?
No, again, look, fight week I'll be ready, and you need to see me in camp, you need to see me sparring to know I am ready for this fight, I'm up for this fight, and like I say, it's going to be Liam Williams' backlash that he's getting it, and they think they're getting me at a good time coming off the back of a loss, but they couldn't be more wrong.
Looking away from the fight and the picture in the junior middleweight division, there's been a bit of a change in the landscape. Jarrett Hurd's come along, won a title. Jamal Charlo's gave up his belt. Demetrius Andrade's back in the picture. So where do you see yourself after this fight amongst it all?
Again, world champion. As soon as I beat Liam Williams, my next goal is to be world champion, whether it's against Liam Williams or it's the next on in line. And again, it is open now, it is wide open, and Jared here just won the title. That's one I'd fancied, the IBF title. Demetrius Andrade weren't the special talent people were saying he was against Jack Kulkai. I think if you look into Andrade more, he's a very, very good fighter when he does the things he does well. Kind of reminds me of James DeGale. The best James DeGale's a nightmare for 12 rounds, but can he do it for 12? And it was a little bit like that with Andrade. I think when you watch his earlier fights, they weren't really raving about him. When he won the title, he won a vacant title against Vaines. He got dropped but got up to win. He looked $1 million against Brian Rose. Then, Jack Kulkai didn't look much, and Kulkai's a fighter I fancied for ages since he was European champion. So it is wide open again, the junior middleweights, and it's one that I want to be firmly involved in.
And there's Jamil Charlo, Arislandi Lara, and there's still your old adversary Canelo about.
Yeah, again, that's one that I don't think will happen. I'd love to happen again. I'd love to put things right in camp, that what went wrong, and maybe if it was 2 years down the line, I'd love to see how much I've grew as a fighter with that experience of the loss to test himself against him again. But no, I think he's got eyes elsewhere now, obviously with the Chavez, Golovkin, and he'll be looking just to cement his legacy, and I don't think I'll be involved in any of them fights.
So finally, your fight on April 8, why should people buy a ticket or watch on BT or BoxNation?
Buy a ticket, because no matter what, I think it should gel for a good fight. I think the bill's a top bill with numerous talents, male and female, and I think my fight in general will be one not to be missed.